Hey guys, Tyler here, bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on Nexus. Playing for today, spawning on the right where Bulat is the Aussie player, straight away locking in German mechanized. As against him on the left, we have Refero as US forces, straight away locking in airborne. Going for a Pathfinder start. Originally I wasn't going to cast this game because I had quite a long backlog of requests. But then the map maker of Nexus requested that I cast this, so we'll take a look at it. May have already seen this on some other channels. It's about a week and a half old now. It's free play. But yeah, personally I've played on Nexus. I checked just before this 4 times, maybe once before it got released as well. So still catching my bearings on this map. I think most of the time I've played from the left hand spawn. So yeah, it's an interesting map. I seem to be getting the hang of it now. And last time I played Partisans on it. Quite a lot of places where you can like camouflage them for ambush, so I actually found that quite helpful. A few important buildings as well, which you can deploy them from. Not that I'm recommending Partisans at all, they're pretty terrible, but maybe for other ambush type troops it could be a go. Looks like Refero branching out to the north, and Bulat also going to the south. So no combat in the early game. Looks like he's working his way over to the munitions cutoff. And he's going to get that connected. It's kind of an interesting point, you know, like the munitions is here and then there's a cutoff. But it's in like a pretty central position, so it's quite easy to cut off the munitions on this map. Pretty high contrast to Crossroads, I'd say. But then on the flip side, cutting off the fuel can be a little bit trickier. You know, cut off the fuel and munitions with just one cutoff point. Typically, at least. So he's getting his machine gun working. Refero does have the Pathfinders, so should be able to scout its location a little bit more effectively thanks to the excellent line of sight. And he's only going for one squad of Pathfinders to like a quick officer tech, and it's actually going to be the captain. Because he's up against Aussie, he doesn't have to worry too much, Refero, about snares, I would say. It's not quite as important if you don't have to worry about steering a Puma or a Lux. Generally deal with the Aussie light vehicles a little bit more effectively. There we go, machine gun gets a little bit too far forwards, has to retreat, but similar story for the riflemen, also have to get out of there. Now a big assault onto this cutoff from Bulat. 3 Grenadiers here. Here comes the captain with the bar unlocked. Overwhelming. All these low health Grenadiers. Tier 2 is going down. No healing in base yet though. So those units are going to all have to come back onto the battlefield wounded. But good timing there from Bulat getting on the cutoff. And is cut off because he's also got control of the central VP, otherwise this could be connected. So that could be very important in terms of slowing down the AA half track for Refero. Does have the tech unlocked. So it's going to buy him a bit of time to get some damage done with this 222, otherwise the A half track will be arriving very quickly for Refero, so that was a very important cut-off maneuver to make. And you know, if his machine gun didn't get a little bit too over-eager, might have even been able to hold on to it for a little bit longer. Got a light AT mine here from Refero. He's popping another one down, but has to cancel it. No sweepers from him though. Generally that's one of the first things you get as US forces. I'm going to run into a Talamine and just lose on the spot. A half-track in production. So is an ambulance. Refero does have a lot of low health rifles here. Pathfinder's also quite low. Oh man, and a rear echelon. It looks like he doesn't want to leave his base with all these low health units, and Bulat going to take advantage of that, running straight onto the cutoff once again.
Our supply line just got cut off.
Getting onto this cutoff with the machine gun, not set up. Target eliminated.
New anti-tank gun has
No.
arrived.
There was these guys saying it, right? But nothing's died as far as I'm aware. You're gonna have to be careful. Can't really fight the A half-track one-on-one. We have a pack coming on for Bulat from the south, and tank gun also from Refero. So it looks like both of them going to play quite passively with their light vehicles until the AT guns arrive. And support, don't want to risk losing them straight off the bat. Oh, Refero mobilizing the ambulance here. Don't see this too often. Coming out of base, do some forward healing and reinforcing. Because Bulat's actually in full control of the map right now. Ooh. Gotta be careful. You never know when those riflemen are going to pop Vet 1 and be able to snare your light vehicle. So Bulat doesn't chase in there, even though he probably could have, as we saw, but you don't want to take that risk. But yeah, you can see the impacts that ambulance had. Refero waiting around for that healing, lost a lot of map control in the meantime. But it will pay dividends in terms of manpower. But look at this, man. He's even got the munitions point. And excellent control, going for some P-greens. I think that's a good choice on this map. There are a lot of like little passageways and stuff. The P-greens can really excel. And one gets a shot in. 222 forced back for repairs. Actually, retreated his pioneers, so it's going to have to be a trip all the way back to base. Oh, I didn't realize you could build your base that far forwards. Okay, machine gun actually going to retreat there. Interesting, didn't want it to get flanked, I guess. A half-track back up to full, forcing some retreats on this right-hand flank. Pack rotating around to combat it, but here comes the rifleman getting on top of the pack, forcing it back. The half-track going to need to pull back for some repairs though. Here come the P-greens. Oh, with the Shreks! Interesting. Well, that should mean that Refero's A half-track should be really well contained between both the Shreks and the pack. Combining with, you know, some maybe chase down damage from the 222. But is going to hamper his anti-infantry capabilities. And now he's up against a pack outer. Doesn't have any G43s, of course, in this commander, so it's going to be quite susceptible, and Refero might just set up shop over here. All the support weapons. Has a 50 cal now as well. Did he just drop in something else? Another 50 cal, so looks like Refero gonna camp it out here with support weapon play. Oh! 222 just running head on into the M1 there, goes down. Pack outs should be really effective camped in this position in the middle. With The double 50 cal should be quite hard to flank. Bulat could be in a little bit of trouble here. Well, we've got some action in the south. Grenadiers getting flanked by the captain.
57mm AT gun now deployable by air.
Ooh, we're seeing...
Airdrop
No.
runs now available.
Briefly, sniper was in the build, but he cancelled it. It's it would be a reasonable choice to fight these 50 cals more effectively. But hasn't made the Shreks count yet. I don't think they've fired a single volley at the A half track. But they could be quite handy with all these like little passageways, just like jump out, ambush. The A half track 222 comes into chase if it didn't go down, but never came to fruition, and now he's kind of got this Shrek squad that's
Weapon rack is now accessible.
not really helping. Can't really fight off any squads at all. For getting some beacons down as well, gonna give him some nice scouting information. And Refero just taking full control here. Bulat has got his tier 3 down and very close to a medium tank actually. Go P-Greens under one SDG model now, but might be able to beat the Pathfinders. But not even going to risk it.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Packouts are going to work as well.
Task complete.
Squad's retreating from across the map. Second
Losing
Pioneer.
a capture point.
Bulat going for a second flamethrower. We've only seen the one mine so far. The Refero clearly has them on his mind. Currently occupied building some tank traps though. Those light AT mines, you know, they can make a difference in engagements. Even if it's just to like shock your opponent, like, oh man, like if I drive a little bit further, will I run over another one of these and risk losing my vehicle? So they might not result in that many kills, but certainly effective as a deterrent.
A capture point is under attack.
And Panzer IV in production for Bulat.
Released a major for action.
Refero has completed his major tech, as you might have just heard, but still 50 fuel away from his Sherman if that's what he's going to go for. Has tech weapon racks though, so we've got some bars now for his rifleman. And yeah, very defensive style of play here from Refero. But US forces can play that style going captain. The team weapons are very strong for US forces at the moment.
Point is under attack. Our supply
They're
line
definitely
is
restricting
Germans
Bulat's
are making a
movement.
push.
Basically, as soon as he hears that pack howitzer firing, he's on his toes trying to get out of there. Close range engagement. Grenadiers would usually lose this, but here come the Pioneers to turn that in Bulat's favour.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
I'm just going to come around on the flank of this MG down here. MG being used far away from the pack howitzer, trying to avoid it as a sitting duck. Which is a good idea. And here comes the Panzer IV chasing away that squad from the north. Doesn't have the machine gun upgrade on it yet though. Currently out of munitions, has gone for full weapon upgrades, you know. 3 LMGs, 2 flamers and the Shreks. That's quite a lot of munitions. And Refero actually not going to go for a medium tank, going to go for a Scott. Does have some bazookas, double bazookas now on the rear echelon, so it's going to assist him in the anti-tank department. Otherwise, going for the Scott would be a little bit too risky. Could just easily get overrun by the Panzer IV. Speaking of that, Panzer IV coming down here, maybe looking for those Pathfinders in camo or something. You see, Bulat has struggled to keep his pack in a good position to fire at the AA half track. We we go though. Refero's found a nice angle on the Panzer IV. Did a lot of damage to it. Gonna get away alive though. Would require one more penetrating bazooka to kill, I believe. And Bulat really struggling right now. Maybe he needs something like... Oh! There we go, actually. Tricks connect, and so does the pack. Down goes the A half. No, down goes the Scott, in fact. Well, there you go. I was about to say, he's really struggling. Oh! Oh my gosh! Refero loses both his vehicles. You know, it's a daring play, just running straight through the middle with your anti-tank reasonably unsupported like that, but Refero didn't have units to defend. Maybe his support weapons weren't far enough forwards, and both of them go down, so that buys a lot of breathing room for Bulat. I thought he was really going to struggle, but Refero just kind of collapsing here a little bit. Marching out to the other flank, however. Does have the forward retreat point up on the ambulance. 50 cal rotating through the middle. Double bars on these riflemen probably should win against the Grenadiers. So they're kind of running around and they're just going to have to retreat now. Should have retreated already. Oh no. Don't lose that squad. Close call. Oh, Refero has taken control of the south. He has an AT gun down here to defend, as well as the bazookas. So, if the Panzer IV did rotate down to the south, he would be well equipped to defend it off. Pioneers coming around the other side though. Getting a nice angle on the pack out here. Now that's, you know, only has 5 models these days, does he end up getting decrewed pretty easily. There you go, that tank does indeed do the damage. It's on the money. Pioneers went down. Retreating Pioneers from up here went down. Late on the retreat. Panzer IV going back in. Oh! No, bazookas don't quite get the shots off. Close call though. Ooh! Grenadier's lucky to escape. Yeah. Okay, gets a monster shot in there. Let's get one now. And we do have a sniper now. Has that fired a shot yet? Can I click it? No, it hasn't. Command tank actually coming in. That's an interesting decision. Should make these Grenadiers less likely to lose models to pack howie shots. Looks like Refero going for a Jackson now. Definitely needs a little bit more anti-tank to fend off these double mediums. And that's going to push all the way forwards. Refero with a good AT gun position here. And the bazookas here as well. Command tank will take 2 shots to kill the ambulance, so... Oh, ambulance escapes. So bow rounds equipped. Oh, bazooka bounces, but it doesn't matter. The M1 gets the killing blow.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
A little bit too aggressive there, looking for the ambulance kill. Ends up losing his command tank. And looks like Refero, in response to that, cancelled his Jackson and now switching over to a Sherman. No, now a Scott. Was it Sherman? Maybe I was looking at the icon incorrectly, but definitely cancelled the Jackson after taking out that medium. Realizes he doesn't need that much anti-tank and can Switch over to the anti-infantry once again. One good thing about the Scott is, I believe it still does 100 damage per shot, so can one hit snipers. Ooh, grenade tech as well. Nicely done. Ooh, these guys are going down quickly. In fact, there it goes. Pack now also in risk. Sniper chipping away, but oh, the Pathfinder's right there. Yeah, he retreats very early. Where is this Panzer IV? It's in the north, chasing away the machine guns, but in the meantime, Refero having a field day in the middle of the map. Here we go. He's coming around this side again. But Refero on top of it with the ambulance dodge, gets it out of there. And just wait to back out. But did end up stealing away that MG42, so now that's triple machine guns for Refero. That's going to be very hard to avoid. Even with the sniper, that's going to be hard to deal with.
Now has 300 points remaining.
To check if these Pathfinders have a bar or not. It looks like they do on that model there. So yeah, they will also be very effective against the sniper. Double snipers from Bulat. Alright. This is getting crazy.
Crowds are sniffing around our asses. Tactical point being captured.
Good support weapon play here from Refero, bringing up his AT gun. Ooh! Rifleman go down. Ooh, and the bar's going to get stolen by that Grenadier squad. Oh! Okay, missed that. Packhowie seems like it's doing some big damage. 7 kills now, Vet 2. Double snipers working their way around to the north. M1 gets shot in but bounces, not using the armor-piercing ammo. And here comes the Shreks just charging straight down the middle, going after the Scott, putting pressure on it. Also back for repairs. This is something you can't do with a pack, you know, you can't just recklessly charge it forward because it can't retreat. Here comes the Panzer IV, but the bazookas are right there. Oh man, this could be a sticky situation. Oh, doesn't quite get the second volley off. P4 escapes. Oh, Rifleman might go down here. Double snipers. Oh, retreats just in time, and a flamethrower squad ends up going down.
300 points remaining.
Scott also getting some big hits. Oh, that was the pack out. So. Oh man, that pack out. Ooh. Sniper's got to be careful. I think that was just a barrage at the snipers, honestly. Yeah, looks like it was. I forced them away and was successful. BP's pretty much dead even between these two players, and army size is also quite similar. To me, I'd say Refero's maybe in the lead at the moment, but still a close match. But does have just about enough for his next tank. Refero has been bleeding quite a lot of manpower to the snipers, but it's not out of control. And the Scott and the Packhowie also returning the favour. There we go. Some good hits in there. 50 cal locking down the north.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Very interesting though, Bulat has multiple times come around this all the way around the north here to get some good action on. Refero just holding on to the territory at the moment, not making any super aggressive plays. You know, when you're relying on team weapons as much as he is, your army is a lot less mobile. It's just playing a very steady game plan. Oh man. Pretty sure that was Packow once again getting some good health damage in. Double snipers. Is that a rebuilt rifleman for Refero? Wow.
We're losing a capture point.
Guess he feels like he needs just 2 squads with snares. It's the Scot firing there. Double snipers going to work on the machine gun, but Scot returning fire. Oh, here we go. Howie time. I was secretly hoping he was going to build a howitzer. Putting it right down in this far corner. Targeting towards the forward retreat ambulance area. There we go. Snipers forcing retreats. Okay, quite a few units have retreated now for Refero. Looks like these ones retreating to base though, not to the forward retreat point. Here we go, Howie winding up. Barraging this general area, targeting the pack howitzer. You have a Jackson in the field for Refero though. Could be a critical timing here. P4's already taken 1 shot, 2 shots now from the M1. Jackson misses the opening shot. 3rd shot from the M1. Very late reaction from Bulat. Yeah, just too late on the reaction. Took 3 shots from the M1 at long range. No real excuse for that.
We lost a gun crew.
Okay. One ends up going down to the double snipers. And looks like he's going to kill it with the pack now.
A capture point is under attack.
Looks like the LFH has got 2 kills. But it has certainly forced a lot of relocations, opened up a lot of capping opportunities for Bulat, even though it hasn't got 20 kills in 1 barrage or anything like that. It's opening doors. And that's a fresh command tank for Bulat. So just wants to keep his units alive. Not worried about using tanks offensively, just going to rely on his snipers and howitzers to do the anti-infantry damage. And his Shreks and pack fend off the enemy vehicles. So he's targeting the pack howitzer once again. Let's barrage a little bit deeper. Some complete repairs coming up for some action. Ooh, there we go. That's what I was talking about. Scott one-shotting. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, okay, he gets out of there. Refero calls in the rocket strafe as well. Ooh, does some good damage. Briefly stops, so he definitely took close to full damage from those rocket planes. And Jackson on the chase now. Backing away, squad with a snare nearby. A T-gun there, but hasn't rotated around. Might get 1 shot in here as the Jackson retreats. Infantry maintaining control in the south, and we did see some losses. Refero has lost a machine gun. Also, his pack howitzer got decrewed. Back to Vet 0. also remember Bulat lost that sniper. Yeah, you got to be very careful with pack outs because it takes 3 models to recrew. You recrew it, and if it just loses 1 model, back to being decrews, can be quite hard to regather them sometimes because of that. Refero fighting hard, trying not to lose too much control, but once again does indeed lose control of the pack alley. Oh, big grenades coming in, exchanged. Ooh, close call. Sniper pushing really aggressively forwards. Howie blasting away as well. Comes a grenade. Pretty well avoided. And Refero going to take control of the center, but man, that was a costly engagement. He lost so many models, even just for crewing the pack alley. Take a look, Bulat way ahead in the KD now. Between the snipers and the bleed of those last couple of engagements, Refero has been suffering. Oh, Jackson. Where's the Jackson vehicle crew at? What are they doing over here? Decrew Jackson. Oh. So he's just barraging the center, stopping the capture there. LFH, you know, does fire a lot of shells and does cool down pretty quickly, so on top of your control, you get a lot of value out of these howitzers, but it doesn't have a good answer to it. I suppose he could use the Major, who's now Vet 2, and sneak around for a major barrage. The Vet 2 extra shells, pretty much guaranteed, I believe, to kill the howitzer. But that would, you know, require a big revision of the strategy, because at the moment he's currently very reliant on that forward retreat with the team weapon play. So we have to change gears quite a lot to accomplish that kind of assault on the howitzer. Went for another sniper. Definitely double snipers on the menu. He's very confident in his play. They're not taking any chances on the dodge, just hitting the retreat. Jackson gets a good hit in there. Might chase in. Where is the pack? Oh, pack is way, way back. But Jackson misses that shot. Decides not to chase any further because of it. Oh. Direct hit on the pack how he goes down again. Might even lose the weapon altogether if another shell lands on it. Oh, command tank. Hopping off there. Here comes the Jackson though. Shrub providing some line of sight blocking. AT gun is nearby. Jackson getting aggressive. Where's he going with this? Gonna run head on into the pack. Pack misses the first shot though, and takes a shot at the snipers. You know, might get lucky, doesn't, but oh, and Pack Howie did actually get destroyed, weapon down. So this howitzer really starting to stack up the kill count now. He's starting to grind Refero down. For he does have enough for another P-47 though. So that could be his trick to knocking out the command tank once again.
They are at 200 points. The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
These double snipers out here, they come from the right hand side. Okay, Jackson heading to the south. That is where the command tank is currently being repaired. Snipers opening up in the middle. Pack Howie, Fate also going to town. Ooh, big hit on. Might get another one. No. Ooh, Scott's going after the sniper here. My tank has to pull back. Oh, there we go. Gets one with the Scott. Nice attack rounds. I imagine there's like attack rounds. There's a bar there. Calling in the P-47s. Could this be the end of the command tank? Might need one more shot from the Jackson to seal the deal. In fact, basically none of those P-47 rockets connected. He's going to need 2 shots from the Jackson. And here comes the anti-tank. Oh, didn't get a Faust off. I think he was in range too. Jackson will escape. But that very easily could have been a dead command tank there. The P-47's connected and that last shot from the Jackson could also landed. So getting a little bit lucky, maybe making up somewhat for that loss of the sniper earlier. Another Scott coming in for Refero. Does leave him a little bit vulnerable to a medium tank play though. Oh, some bar as well. How are we going to work again? 14 kills now. Just constantly shelling this area. Ooh, another big shot. Looks like the Major is actually going to come along. He's cancelled his retreat point. It looks like he's coming around the very, very, very long way to try and knock out the howitzer. Going on a deep, deep flank. This is what we like to see. Zuka's connecting there. A little bit of damage. We do actually have a decrewed 50 cal down here as well. I didn't notice that. Oh, does get spotted by the P-Greens. I wonder if Bulat will react to this. Okay, he's calling in the Major recon pass, checking the coast is clear, which it currently is. Great play from Refero. You know, a lot of people forget about these Major abilities. He's taking full advantage of them. Comes going after the LFH. 16 kills on that. Here comes the Major artillery barrage. Will it finish the howitzer? Should do, because he's got the Vet 2 extra shells, but you never know. Sometimes the scatter can be wild. 5 shells hasn't landed. Here we go. Oh my god. Doesn't quite get the kill. The scatter just wasn't to his favor. Oh my god. You can see the weapon health there. Very, very low. Just needed 1 more shell basically to land and it would have been dead. Even just like a grazing shell probably would have done the job, but howitzer stands. Will Bulat go around and repair it though? That's the question. Still blasting away. Looks like we are going to see a Panzer IV from Bulat. He's also basically could go for another Panzer IV. Triple Panzer IVs right now could overwhelm Refero. Doesn't have his M1 anymore. Just relying on this Jackson alone and of course the bazookas, but yeah, very unfortunately didn't knock out. Look at him. Look at where the shells landed. Oh man. No, I don't think having sight for that ability improves the scatter on them. I think it's just pure RNG. Infantry charging forwards with that command tank buff. Very durable. Sniper behind it picking morals. Howitzer coming in again. Man, that thing's just firing. Ooh, that was the monster shot. Oh, that is going to be very expensive for Refero to reinforce. Having just spent all his manpower on a fresh Sherman as well. Whoa, Scott, what is he doing? He accidentally decrewed it. Jumps back in with a full the... Oh no! He's about to lose his other Scott through the middle. P4 didn't chase. Oh, doesn't quite get the kill on the ambulance either. Man. Oh no! His own howitzer didn't dirty. P-Grace go down on retreat. Oh my god. Chaos in this match. Refero almost just gifting one of his Scots. Gets out there. Bulat chased in with the Panzer IV. Could have got the kill. So close, but no cigar for Bulat. So many things could have gone down there. The Scot could have gone down in the middle. His ambulance. And now Bulat's force is looking a little bit thin without those vet up P-Greens with the Shreks. Shouldn't be too vulnerable to the Sherman Jackson combo. Still has the AT gun, but... Oh, man, this Howie. 25 kills so far. Oh, 28. It's definitely been the most entertaining unit of the game. Oh, Sherman could find itself in a sticky situation. Faust gets in. Sherman in trouble. P4 missing, firing on the move. There's one more shot to penetrate as well. There we go. Sherman goes down. A little bit risky trying to use it unsupported like that. Pays the price. One thing we haven't seen from Bulat much is the smoke bombs. These do give sight as they pass by, so it could help him spot locations for his LFH2 barrage. He's had a pretty good target most of the game, but could be a strategy to use. In case he needs to target somewhere else. Refero majorly switches up his tactics. Could just be useful generally, just scouting. Might as well if you have 600 munitions. Oh, Scott might go down here. Just 3 shots in a row from the pack. Refero, you can really feel he's under pressure from that howitzer. Really taxing his micro right here. Having a hard time dealing with avoiding those shots. Usually you wouldn't see him lose a Scot like that. Just 3 shots in a row from the pack. And how he is applying the pressure. Here we go. Major coming forwards for another attempt. And looks like he did repair it up. Not to full though. Let's see if this one does the job. He cruises it, destroys it. Howie down. Refero very happy about that. Take a look at army sizes. Pretty even. Refero does all his vehicles crewed. We have a fresh Stug. Jackson is now found out about. Exchange some blows. Before command tank doing some good damage. Scott also taking some fire from the pack. Jackson coming back in to try and knock out the Stug. Who's going to fire the killing blow? Oh, the Scott does end up going down to the pack once again. The Jackson escapes.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Yeah, a bit out of character for I'd say, especially losing a second Scot like that. Trying to micro his Jackson, I suppose. Yeah, 3 shots in a row from a pack, like close to max range. Should be able to avoid those. Oh wow, look at this. Look at this, the major lockdown is having. It's piloting some unusual territories around the map. Sniper right the way forwards, picking off those Pathfinders. Oh man, look at that incendiary shot. Going to town here, the sniper all the way forwards. Jackson trying to pick it off, hoping for a lucky shot. Refero getting almost pegged in his base here. Losing that. Sherman came at a very inopportune time. Now he's up at 3v1 in the vehicles department. No Scots to, get those lucky one-shot wipes on the sniper either, so he's right up against it. Also draining on the VPs. Both players, though, are getting quite low in that department. Oh, he's about to run straight into the Howie. Quickly changes his angle. It's a rebuilt howitzer. Doesn't have any kills yet. Same spot, though. It's going to come round a little bit more through the north. Should at least be able to have some protection from the sniper. Passive sprint on the captain though is going to get him range of the sniper quite quickly. Does have an M1 coming in behind this as well to apply some pressure to the vehicles. A little bit far behind at the moment. Sniper gets a nice incendiary shot on the rear echelon. Jackson coming in from the side. Big all-in assault here from Refero. Sniper has to retreat now. Jackson getting some shots in. Stug a little bit late to react. A T-grenade coming in on it. Jackson could come in for the killing blow. Pack also getting decrewed here. Jackson coming forwards. Gets the Stug. The Panzer IV also took a lot of damage from the M1. That's been forced off. Could be the end of the command tank here. Jackson on the chase. Oof, misses the killing blow there. Looks like he's going to steal away the pack. Or maybe not if the sniper has anything to say about it. Barraging the middle again with the howitzer. Bulat going for the VPs though. Refero is very low on VPs. So that could pay dividends. Very clearly realizing that, making a beeline to them. His units. Oh, excuse that sneeze. Sniper getting the damage done. Machine gun about to go down the middle. Oh, doesn't quite get the killing blow. I think the sniper actually missed one of the shots because of the suppression. Grenade, no dodge. Very risky stuff there, but trying to use his low health Panzer IV. Only has one engineer for repairs at the moment, so they're coming in very slowly. And here comes the Jackson with the stolen pack. Still at 2 models though. Infantry charging through the middle. Here comes the Jackson. Panzer IV gets a shot on. Oh! Jackson trying to get out of there. Exposes his rear. The command tank could technically kill it, but it would be a risky proposition. I think sniper back at base at the moment. It looks like the command tank's going to hold the line, force away Refero's infantry. Here comes a fresh Stug from the side, going for the kill on the Vet 3 Jackson. And he gets it. Nicely done from Bulat. Good chase down Refero. That was a risky one. Seeing in the Jackson on that low health. Oh no, he loses the pack as well. FH going to work again. Does he have any kills yet? Still no kills. Pathfinder's had to retreat in the face of those vetted up grenadiers. M1 right the way forwards. Misses its first shot. Major charging forwards. Not going to get in range for an artillery barrage. Looks like he is going to escape alive though at the very least. And one only had 2 models, could just go down to 1 snipe. Got to be careful with the sniper around. But Refero, very low on manpower at the moment. Really needs another Jackson. Just can't afford it. He's been bleeding a lot of manpower. Does have a pretty healthy army size though, which is infantry, but powerless against these two Panzer IVs really. Oh, slightly bad angle on that, just moving it up there.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Bazookas can do some damage here. Let's have the skirts, but both those bazookas penetrate. There we go, gets the pin before they get the capture. So, the VP's changing hands here. Oh, bazooka dropped. Command tank going to go in for the kill on it as well. Not popping the blitz, however. And the re-echelon now going to escape. Here comes the major, but you know, he's vetted up here. Got the passive sprint. Very quick path around to the howitzer again. Gets the barrage in. We'll see if it destroys it. Don't think the major will escape this time. Oh, the scatter is just horrible. There we go. Pretty good hits. It's one more like that. Ooh, not quite. Not quite.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Howitzer stands. Pathfinder's here looking for the counter snipe on the sniper, waiting here in camouflage. Could this be it? Here we go. Oh! Nicely done by Refero. Excellent play. Waiting there with the camo. Finally comes good. Sniper down. That was a big weight off his mind. The sniper was bleeding like crazy. Should allow him a little bit more freedom with his team weapons now, without having to worry about them constantly getting sniped at. Making use of the take aim there, giving him a little bit extra sight and range on his M1. Full firepower on it. And the major did escape. Somehow the command tank didn't kill him on retreat. So lucky break for Refero. Can make another attempt at killing that howitzer with the major artillery. Just targeting the middle this time. The VP war is on though. You can see both players fully focused on that at the moment. The blitz, command tank gets out of there, but Refero gaining ground. Oh, but his machine gun doesn't quite cover the right angle, and Grandies get the kill on it, opening up the capture in the middle. M1 firing. Oh, he's actually destroying the decrypt pack here. Interesting. Jackson coming in, about half complete. Squad down. That was the major that time. Was he going for the... Ooh! M1 knocks out the Panzer IV. Yeah, no more major artillery barrages on Howie. Gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. Bulat does get another Pioneer for repairs finally. It's been a little bit stretched for them, just relying on that one Pioneer. Was Vet 3, or is Vet 3, but it's kind of slowed his armor whenever they take damage. Looks like Refero actually switched. Oh my god, he's switching and changing like crazy. Went to the Sherman, then back to the Jackson. He's going to be up against fresh Panzer IV, so I think that's probably the right decision. Another Jackson. And he's rebuilding the major. I don't see that too often. Regathering the northern VP now as well. Getting the one in the south. Both players under 100. Very, very tense here. Long match as well. Fatigue has to be setting in. He's building a second howitzer. The man is mad. This is a risky one though. That's, you know, very costly. Here we go, Panther 4 maybe looking for an ambulance kill, but it's going to run right into this fresh Jackson. Ambulance, he jumped out. Oh boy, that could be a dead Panzer 4. E4 penetrating, but as long as these bazookas do the job. Oh, that might be the end of Bulat. Just a little bit overextending there. Looking for the free kill on the ambulance. Very costly. Ends up losing his Panzer 4. He felt like he was in a good position, and now he has to defend 2 howitzers with maybe not enough army. God, a freshly rebuilt Major goes down straight away. Okay, Jackson coming in, not fully repaired, but enough to fight off the command tank, which is pushing forward aggressively. Comes the Stug to return fire. Pathfinders and riflemen coming in. Jackson misses his shot. Has to pull back for repairs now. Double Howie's raining down. But the US Forces infantry just charges forwards. No AT grenade yet though. Looks like he's coming up for it now. Grenadiers in the back line. Looks like they're going to knock out the M1 here. A T-grenade does come on the Stug. M1 does get decrewed. That was vetted up. And a Faust on the Jackson, so it can't chase down the damaged engine. Major coming forwards again, but it doesn't have the vet 2 extra shells, so I don't think he'll be able to knock out either of these howitzers. And look at that command tank. Whoa! Very impressive. Refero captures the VPs, speaking of. Also some capturing going in the north for Bulat. Does have the captain these days, so very strong with the passive sprint for capping the VPs in the late game. More, the Howie's going to work. Another bazooka down. Double Howitzers just applying too much pressure here. Oh, but the Grenadiers go down. Was that a grenade? It kind of looks like it. A lot of losses here in the late game for both players. He does have spotting scopes and everything as well. Plenty of sight. He's like, oh yes, a bar. Oh no, it's bazooka. Never mind. 3 kills on the fresh one, 6 kills on the other. Doesn't do too much. M1 coming forwards. With the Sabot rounds, getting a good hit on the command tank. 2 good hits on it, in fact. Does have the Pathfinders providing some sight. This is the 3rd. Jackson coming forwards though. Outranging the Stug, getting some good hits in long range here. Grenadiers come forward to threaten the Faust. But with no AT gun, there, 1 Faust alone is not going to get the engine damage. Jackson doesn't quite have sight. There we go. Misses that shot though on the Stug. Howitzer now targeting the M1. Refero bringing it around the side. Stug coming forwards. Jackson low. M1 also getting some shots in. Splitting the damage though between both these 2 tanks. Jackson, oh, 1 shot from death. There's the Stug. Oh, misses the killing blow there. I think that was an attack round. Nice attempt. Maybe 1 more bazooka though would do the job. Big forwards assault. He's bringing the Jackson in on low. Misses again. Jackson even firing on the move with the better moving accuracy. Still can miss. There we go. M1 gets the Stug. Very costly assault though for Refero. Just a lot of manpower in that charge. Both the howitzers have vetted up nicely now. 6 kills on both of them. I think one of them, I think the older one in fact, may have hit one of the tanks because it got a lot of veterancy without getting any more kills. Oh, Refero's managed to sneak down to that southern VP as well. That could be the difference maker. That has another Panzer IV in production. Now he's coming in. Refero quick to reposition, try and avoid the fire. Oh. Scatter is pretty long and pretty wide at this range, firing into the fog. He's waiting here in ambush. Major, he's gonna go for another major expedition. And we'll spot that with the spotting scopes as well. I think that's gonna end up working. P4 also forcing away the machine gun in the north. Because the Jackson took that howitzer fire, it does take a long time to repair, but it's ready to fight off the Panzer IV in the north. Bazooka's there as well. This could be the end of the Panzer IV. Oh, tries to avoid getting snared here. It doesn't have the anti-infantry firepower to fight off these grenadiers. Triple cap potentially for Bulat. And Refero is so low on VPs, this is desperate times for him. 2 grenadiers making an interesting path as well. I find it interesting that he rebuilt the Major again. Like, I think at this later stage, just forget about the howitzers and just go for broke on the VP count. Here we go. Once again, Refero make a huge charge through the middle. M1 and Jackson coming around from the north now. Desperately needs to get on the VPs. I think Bulat might have this. I don't think he can get the captures on time. There goes the Panzer IV. The squad in the north though hanging in there. Refuses to die. 3 VPs. And that's it. Oh, what a crazy game. Good on Bulat there. I enjoyed some howitzer action from him. That was very entertaining. Refero trying to go for like a very heavy support weapon and static play, and those howitzers made that very taxing and micro-intensive to avoid taking too much damage from the howitzer. So that was really cool. Don't see that too often in 1v1. Some nice dives, you know, with the Major coming around the angles trying to kill the howitzers, but this might have been one too many Majors. Just didn't quite have the steam right at the end there. Lost control of the VPs and didn't quite get them under control in time to get their game back. Really on a nice edge there at the end. Very well played and a very entertaining match. Well, I'll wrap on that, guys. If you'd like your game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.